Hey guys, DNA here, back with another video, and today we're reacting to, let me turn off my ringer, Out with Dad, Rose's video diaries. Yeah, Rose's, not Vanessa's, Rose's. Let's get right into the video. If you guys like this reaction, remember to like, comment, subscribe, so your post notifications on so you know when I upload next. Any comments, questions, concerns, anything you want me to react to, or questions I have in this video that you have answers to, please leave it down in the comment section down below. All available links will be in the description box, including my Patreon, which is for free, of all the never before seen things that I can't upload on YouTube, and my schedule's up there too. After this video, we will be moving on to Stupid Wife, Ponto Off, like some Ponto Off videos that I got recommended to watch. And also another episode of Checkmate. So let's start. I wonder what these are gonna like entail, like her like speaking about her process and like thinking, I'm guessing.
I used to keep a diary. Diaries. Sorry.
I try to keep a diary, but I never wrote in them.
Like every day.
Never did.
Then not every day. Only when something was important or life-changing. Then only when I was depressed. And then at some point I just stopped altogether. I don't know why. It was fun. It was like having a friend you could just tell anything to and there'd be no judgment.
And also no response.
I'd write Dear Diary and yours truly, like I was writing to my pen pal, but not my pen pal. Anyways, I kind of miss writing in my diary, but it's weirdly hard to get back into. So I thought I would keep a video diary. Because now all I have to do is push record. So here I am, talking to myself. Talking to my diary. Hi, diary.
So I'm guessing it's her processing her feelings.
Diary? Ugh. I don't know. I should probably just talk. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. I need to talk. I just don't know to who.
So I'm guessing like the time frame is
talk
like
to my dad about everything.
over the course of season 1 and season 2.
We're really
or is it
close.
Just season 2?
I'm lucky in that way.
Guess we'll figure it out.
But lately, I feel like not as if we're any less close. Just there are some things you don't want to share with your dad. I know he feels it. The whole not telling him I'm gay kind of put a strain on things. I know I hurt him. I needed to figure it out for myself.
So season
and when
2.
I did figure it out, it was like all of a sudden.
So she told her dad already.
It seemed so obvious. like how didn't I know? And then after I figured it out, telling him just seemed so scary. I don't know why it seemed scary. It's not like for a second I thought that he'd ever disown me. I just couldn't bring myself to it. Is it because I thought it would change things? Maybe.
Or maybe it was because you were scared yourself.
Has. I think that we're closer now. And I feel
That's a good thing.
bigger. I'm more me now. But now there's this me that he doesn't know. Does that even make any sense?
Yeah.
I guess coming out is just different for everyone.
That is true. So I've heard. So I've heard.
What's your coming out story?
Do you think that maybe it's also because at the time, I mean, I'm not gonna say like this like it's so, I don't mean this so generally, but at the time of this being filmed and produced, coming out and being seen as like gay or anything else, was widely looked down on, more so than it is now. And there was this like stigma, so I've heard, in schools, that you did not want to be that. It was looked down upon, it was made fun of, it was bullied. It was like the most common thing probably to be bullied about. And do you think that also like shaped her view on why she wouldn't tell her dad or like tell anybody? Not necessarily afraid that she would not be accepted by her dad, because I think she knew that she would, but maybe just because like she's like afraid to accept it herself. And because I feel like once you tell your dad or tell anybody, it's like out there. I feel like you can't, like, especially at this time, it's something that you can't take back. And once somebody knows, it's like, I don't know the word that I'm looking for with that, but it's like, it's out there. It's not like you can't like say, oh no, I was lying, I was confused. Like, this person is always going to have in the back of their mind that this happened, you know, and that you said this. And so it's like she wants to be sure that this is what she wants and who she is. You think that that's what also held her back? I don't really know. That was a long explanation and a very long question.
So a while ago, Claire asked me to the year-end semi-formal dance, but as like a couple. She said it was to save money, but I know it's more than that. I was supposed to go with Kenny, but now he's going with Alicia Van Haren, and Vanessa's going with Ryan Brown. Not that that's relevant. Everyone is going with someone. I can't go alone. But go with Claire? No way. Especially Claire. Everyone already thinks that she's gay.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
If we went together, then everyone would just assume... Ugh! This is way too hard.
I didn't think about that.
I can't turn my brain off about this. I want to go, but I don't want to go. I don't even like dances. But I can't be the only one not going.
I think in the last episode, or last video season, I said something about like, why don't you just go as friends? Like, everybody goes as friends. But then I totally forgot that people already suspect of her being gay. And so it's like, they already know, is the question, is what I'm saying. Like, kind of, they don't know, but they know, you know.
Everyone has this so much easier than me.
Maybe make a new friend. I don't know.
Probably
I don't know how to fix that. I mean, be confident in going alone. Yeah. I mean, everybody has somebody, but you don't.
What are your school dances like?
Fun fact, I've never been to a single school dance in my life, so I have no idea how to answer that question. Because I moved around. I moved schools a lot.
I don't know why I keep doing this to myself.
Like what, 12 schools?
I've been Facebook stalking you know who. She and everyone posted pics from the semi-formal.
So you didn't
go.
Okay.
She did go with Ryan Brown, just like I thought she would. It looks like she had a good time. It's the first time I've seen a smile on her face since... I don't even know. Honestly, I think the last time was probably Desiree's party, and that was forever ago. Claire went to the dance too. I insisted. She really wanted to go, and Emilio said he'd go with her. I'm glad she had someone to go with. Kenny hasn't said anything about it, like, not even a single word. I know he feels bad that I didn't go. He's such a good friend.
Maybe you could third wheel.
We've always had this standing agreement that
It already
if
happened.
the situation ever calls for it, we'd be each other's date. Unless we're not single. And now there's Alicia Van Haren, which he's so totally in love with. She's pretty and everything, but she's so nosy and kind of stuck up. Oh, and her friends are so judgmental. You know, it's weird. I should be relieved. Because ever since they became official, everyone's laid off me and Kenny being boyfriend and girlfriend. But we don't really see that much of each other anymore. We don't just hang. All of my best friends are moving on without me. But I guess I'm moving on without them too.
That's true. That's tough.
Sucks. Have your friendships and personal relationships changed since you've come out?
I really can't answer that question. I mean, I can answer when my friend, well, actually, now that I think about it, my friend never actually told me that she was just like, my friend never told me that she was bisexual. I just kind of assumed because like, she was dating this one girl when I became friends with her. And then this one guy after that. And so I just assumed. I kind of didn't really like ask any questions about it too much, if I remember correctly. I kind of just like, it was normal for me. Like, legit. That's literally, like, I never asked. So I can't even speak on personal experience for that question. But I also never changed because of that. So, yeah. But also, you know what? Something I never really thought about. Maybe she feels kind of left behind because she's supposed to be going through this with Vanessa. Like, Vanessa's supposed to be her best friend. She's supposed to be there for her. And Vanessa's not there for Rose during the most crucial time in her life when she needs somebody there for her. And it doesn't even have to be as, like, a girlfriend. It has to, like, it could literally could be as a friend. Because, I mean, they grew up with each other. Like, from a very, very young age. They've been friends. And the fact that she's not there, like, I would even say, like, they're closer than Benny is with Rose. Like, Vanessa and Rose are closer. I didn't think about that before, but now that that video diary, like, said it, I kind of like, oh, maybe she does feel that way. She feels a little bit left behind and a little bit abandoned by Vanessa, which is something is really, really hard to deal with. Think about it.
So Penny, my pen pal, she's so awesome. After all these years, we've never met, and I feel like we're old friends. We write back and forth about once a month, sometimes more, and we only use snail mail. And we've never added each other to Facebook either, and we've made a pact not to. So anyways, she's writing back to me, and she's talking about this bloke that she's pulled, and they're seeing each other more seriously. She's talking about how much richer and fuller her life feels. Like she's discovering who she is through him, which I can totally relate to. I guess I'm talking about Claire, but not like me and Claire are, you know, like, we're not like an item or anything, but I can totally see what Penny is saying. So when I write back to her, I want to talk to Penny about her, about Claire. And I'm writing back to her, and I realize I'm not saying Claire's name, and I'm not using words like she or her. Everything's gender. What's the word? Everything's like equal, sort of. Neutral! Everything I'm writing is gender neutral. And I don't even notice until I get to the part. That's gotta be one of the best parts about having a. I want to use the word boyfriend, talking about Penny's guy. But will I ever tell her that I have a girlfriend? If I ever have a girlfriend. Or should I write partner? Significant other? Why do I care about being gender neutral? Is it so important that I'm in the closet to someone on the other side of the ocean? I guess what I'm wondering is if I'm hiding who I am, does that make me homophobic?
I don't think so. I think that makes you scared, personally.
So what do you think? Am I being homophobic?
Oof. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Oh gosh. I really don't think so. But I could see how you could think, like, how it could be like that. I think you're just scared and you're not fully accepting of yourself yet, which is completely fine.
Okay, so I just got home from school, and me and Claire were walking together, and she started talking about how awesome it is that Ontario finally has its first female premier, who also happens to be an out and proud gay woman. Like, it's big news, but what's her name? Kathleen Wynne is her name, and she's kind of downplaying the whole LGBT angle, but it's still really awesome, and it could mean really great things. And then Claire started talking about how in Iceland, their prime minister is also an out and proud gay woman who's also married. And then Claire started talking about this other woman. Oh, her name was Julie Daubigny. Daubigny, it's French. I'm getting it wrong, but anyway, she was this bisexual woman from the 1700s, or like 17th century. It doesn't matter. But she was openly bisexual, and she was a sword-fighting actress, comedian, opera singer who totally kicked ass in Paris and then moved to Marseille. She would actually have sword fights on stage with men during her shows, and she was openly bisexual. So much so that this one family had to lock up their daughter in a convent to try to keep her away from her. But she ended up breaking in, and she tried to seduce her. Like, she tried to seduce a nun. Claire knows so much cool stuff.
A nun? That's
she's
crazy.
Really proud of who she is.
Does she succeed?
It's like she's almost happy that she's a... Why can't I say it? My name is Rose Miller, and I am I am a lesbian. Why is that so hard? The bravery will come. I still remember that guy saying that from the PFLAG meeting. He was really nice, and I get it, but I don't want to be brave. I don't want to have to be brave. I just want to be me.
Mm-hmm.
So who inspires you?
Who inspires me? My sister-in-law. I would say that. My sister-in-law inspires me. But anyways, back to what I was saying earlier. Do you think that the reason why she's also the reason why she's having a hard time, like, accepting herself, accepting this, is because a person like Vanessa, who was such a big part of her life up until recently when she came out and was like came out to her basically. She didn't accept her and she stopped talking to her, and she's having a hard time identifying with herself because of that. Do you think that that's, am I on the right track? I don't know. You know what, don't tell me if I'm on the right track. Tell me. Don't tell me. Tell me. Do whatever you like. At this point, I don't know, I'll be fine either way. Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, what am I forgot about this. I literally was like, why sorry. She finds out that her dad's seeing someone.
Okay, so I think my dad is seeing someone. Like, dating. He hasn't said anything, but, like, the other day, it was like Tuesday, Johnny left a voicemail message saying that he bumped into Angela and she wants him to call her. I didn't think anything of it until tonight when he got up from the dinner table and answered his phone. He never does that. Cell phones are forbidden from the table.
That's crazy.
So he went in the other room and he talked really quietly. Like I do when I talk to Claire.
Speaking from experience, I see.
And how Kenny does when Alicia calls him. Oh my god, he actually is. He's interested in someone. Someone named Angela. I came back all guilty looking. I gave him the eye. The how come you get to bring a cell phone to the table eye. That was funny, but it's still weird. Why won't he tell me?
Maybe he feels you're not ready yet. Or maybe he's not ready yet. Because he did say he felt like he was replacing your mom in a way and couldn't do it in season 2. So.
Have you ever caught someone keeping a secret from you?
Yeah. Yes, I have. I don't know why I'm answering these questions like they're asking me. I don't know. I did not mean to do that. I mean, how many? 12. Wow. I did not mean to do that, but whatever. We're gonna go with it.
I just read this thing online about this girl. She's about the same age as me and she goes to school in Windsor. Her high school is threatening to sue her because she's going public about being bullied.
Oh.
Being bullied by a teacher.
Oh.
That's so scary. She said that it all started after her dad died and she had to miss a few days of school. But when she went back to school, her religion teacher got her in trouble for missing all this work. And then after being forced to do the work anyways, she was docked 50% for being late.
That's like an F.
She says that this teacher has had it in
close
for
to
her
a D.
because she's gay. And she's had it in for her long before her dad died. This teacher, who's such a bitch, has been harassing her in the classroom and in the hallways by giving her dirty looks. And she also outed her girlfriend to her parents, so now they can't even see each other anymore. Which is, of course, all too familiar. She's been teaching stuff in her class about how being gay is depraved behavior, and homosexuals can't have real marriage because there's no procreation. Like, what the And the scariest part is that this is all true according to the curriculum. I don't understand why we need 2 school systems in Ontario. Like, there's the Catholic one and then the public one. In the public one, it's okay to be gay. Like, you can just come out and it's fun. I'm sure it's not perfect, but teachers have to respect homosexuality. What's happening to this girl is making me want to never come out. I've had knots in my stomach ever since I read it. I'm like afraid of my religion teacher now. I hate going to a Catholic school.
Oh, okay.
But I know it's something that my mom would have wanted.
I totally didn't
My
register that she went to a
grandparents.
Catholic school. I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't get why we need two different school boards. I know it has something to do with the Constitution. I learned about it last year in history, but why does it even matter now? We also have this new law in Ontario that has been specifically designed to protect gay and transgender students. But somehow, for some reason, the Catholic School Board can just go ahead and break the law and be homophobic. I'm so mad. But also really scared. This is why I'm never coming out. Not until at least after I graduate. I really thought that this country was more advanced than this.
Yeah.
This is just embarrassing. I can't believe I thought this would make me feel better. What do you think about religion in the classroom?
Oh, that's a tough question. Okay. By tough, I mean deep question. I don't mean like tough, like as in like bad. Um. So, fun fact about me: I grew up only in private schools. I went to only private schools. Um. One charter school when I was like in first and second grade. But then second grade, I moved to only private schools. My mom only put me in private Catholic schools. So that's all I really know. I don't really know any public school. And I can't really say I know charter schools because I don't really remember first and second grade at the charter school that I went to for that. So, my experience with that and being in religion class and being with that, they didn't necessarily teach us that being gay or transgender or being a lesbian or anything like that was wrong and against like God in the religion. They just never talked about it in school. From what I can remember, and from my experiences, because I went to around 12 different schools, probably most 12. And so it may have been in the curriculum to teach us, but I may have not stayed at the school long enough to know. So that's my only disclaimer. But 10th, I went to the same school 10th and 12th grade year. And I was homeschooled 11th grade year because that was the pandemic. My mom was like, oh, why would I pay for school when I can homeschool you? I'm going to be home anyway. And so my mom took me out of that private school and put me in homeschooling curriculum. And then when the pandemic ended and she needed to go back to work and stuff like that, she put me back into the same private school. So I guess you can say I went to the same private school for 2 years in a row, but not really 2 years in a row. So what I was taught was not that being a part of the LGBT community was a sin. I wasn't taught any of that. We really just focused on like Jesus' life and like the Gospels of Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. Basically, that was pretty much all we ever focused on. Um, and like religions around the world, because like I was in world religion, my 12th grade year, um, and we just learned about different like religions in like India and Hinduism and Buddhism and stuff like that. Um, and but I say this to say, um, did I think that that the school looked down on the LGBTQ community? Yeah, I do think so. There are definitely subliminal things, like for for Pride Month. Um, they actually never said anything about it, and this was a school that would like every time Black History came around, or um, uh, like Martin Luther King Day, or any big like month or day, they would say it over the intercom. But as soon as Pride Month came, they weren't they weren't talking about it like at all. They would never talk about it. They would not mention it. They would not do anything. They had posters. They had posters up. Um, they had posters up about like being inclusive and stuff like that. But I do think that that was like the students doing, and they did have a gay straight alliance club, but that was put on. That was the first year that it started was my 10th grade year when I first arrived at the school. And that was because the teachers, I guess there was like a petition going around, and like the teachers started up the club, and it just kept going. And it's still a thing now, but it wasn't a thing before my 10th grade year. What year was that? I'm not gonna try to figure that out, but yeah, I probably could figure that out by looking on my Instagram. Hold on, we're gonna look it up on my Instagram. Which it was 2019, so 2019 was the first year of the Gay Straight Alliance Club and that school. So I guess you can kind of come to your own conclusions. There was definitely people part of the LGBTQ community. I did hear from certain students, like saying, "Oh, she's gay," or "Oh, like I can't be around her because she's gay," and yada yada yada. That was my 10th grade year. My 12th grade years was a different experience where there was a lot more people open about being part of the LGBTQ community. But my 10th grade year, there was like a few people, and nobody wanted to be around those people. Specifically, this person who was my best friend at the time. I put air quotes because we were only like best friends for like 5 months. And then I saw a lot of things and a lot of red flags, and I just kind of like, you know what, we're gonna distance myself from you. And the funny thing is, a lot of people, we had this big friend group. If you look on my Instagram, which will be in my description box, you'll see like, I don't know why I'm saying that. Don't actually look at my, don't look at my Instagram. Don't do that, actually. Oh my god, delete some pictures now. But my friend group, there was this one person, but like most of the people in my friend group were secretly like not out yet, part of the LGBTQ community. But this one person in the group did not know that, and nobody knew at the time, obviously, but like she was very homophobic. She was racist, homophobic, a lot of things. Like the things that she would say, I would never dare repeat. But I didn't know that at first, being part of her friend. I didn't really like. She hid it very, very well. Let me say that. And it would come out here and there, and I like I'd be like, I would like dismiss it and like be like, oh no, it's fine. But like slowly, I would be like, whoa, wait, like she's very, very like racist and homophobic, like at the same time. And I don't know, like there was this one girl um who would always hang around us, who she did not like, and she'd be like, oh, this person, like she is so annoying. And I'm like, what does she do to you? Like, what happened? Why? And I would ask the other people in the friend group, because like this person would never speak about it, but the friend group would. And she would say, like, the friend group told me that almost said her name. Almost said her name. She would say that she is part of the LGBTQ community, and because of that, Jayla doesn't like her. And that was towards like the last month of us being friends. That I found this out really like and deeply. Like when she came out, the main girl did not like that, and she was like, "Yo, we're not friends with you anymore." And you know how people follow people. Even though the friend group did not think that this was right, because this girl was looked at as the leader of the group, everybody followed and did what she said. And when I found out that was the true reason why she was not friends, I thought something like bad like happened, like, oh, she like swore at her mom or like stole her boyfriend or something like that. No, just because she came out to her. She just like this, I didn't like that. And there was a lot of drama in the group regarding this leader. And eventually, slowly, the leader would kick us all out of the group, like randomly, and for different things. And I remember talking to the leader and like saying, "Hey, I don't like how you're treating this person because they're part of the LGBTQ. Like that shouldn't change how you see her." And she did not like that. She did not like that. Let's just say that. And that is when I saw some sides of her that like, yeah, this is not a good environment for me to be in. And the things that she said about this person and about like me, she was like, oh, you must like her, you want to date her. And I'm like, no, it's just like I'm being like, you're treating her very, very badly. And even though I did not like her, I still I didn't know her. I didn't know this person that she was being mean to, the leader was being mean to that deeply. I was like, this is not right. You shouldn't treat her like that because she is part of the LGBTQ community. And I'm not saying like if she's gay, bisexual, transgender, just because I don't want to put that out there. I don't really know her personally enough to put her business out there. And I only do that with my friends who I have permission from. So, yes, I'm not saying anything specific because the things that were said were pretty harsh, like extremely harsh. And I remember being outcasted from the group because I stood up for her. I didn't have any friends. Like it was a big group of people, and the leader was the popular girl. Like everybody in the school knew her. And so I didn't have any friends after that. Lucky for me, That is when like schools started shutting down more so, towards like the end of, like they started giving us like options to go online because whatnot. And I decided to go online. And it wasn't like I was being bullied or anything like that. No, I just, they didn't, because like when the leader said don't talk to her, they're not going to talk to you. Like they just shun you from the group. They're not going to be mean to you, at least to your face, and stuff like that. And I remember texting, like something that the leader of the group did not know is that they would, like other people from the group would text me like, I don't know why she's being like this. Like I think what you said was pretty reasonable, and like what you were not right, like was not right with what she did to you, to me, basically. And how they were pretty much being like done with her. Like they think like they're almost done. And I just remember like getting like texting in secret a lot with the other people of the friend group at the time. And yeah, I don't know if I'm rambling about this, but anyways, let me finish the story. School year ended and I went to homeschool, and then I came back my 12th grade year and something big happened. The leader of the group lost a bunch of friends. When I say a bunch of friends at that point. And she didn't have as many friends as she did when I was in 12th, we were in 10th grade. And I was like, wow, what happened? And my friends who were part of the group started talking to me and like told me like a bunch of stuff happened when I went online, and also like when I 11th grade year when I was homeschooled, because they were still going, they were on Zoom and everything like that, so they were still at school, but they weren't at school. And so yeah, a lot happened. I say this and saying that there was a lot of homophobia in the school, and a lot of racism and a lot of things. Even if it was just one person, people would report her to the school administrator, which is something I didn't say in the story earlier. But the school wouldn't do anything because they needed proof. Like she said this, well, I can't prove that she said this, because the thing with the leader is like she would say something, somebody would probably go to the administration would call her into the office and talk to her about it, and she'd be like, no, I never said it. And like the school administrator, we have like 3 people saying that you said it, and she's like, no, they're lying. And they would believe her because, well, what else are they gonna do? And so nothing would be done about it. And I think that this school was definitely very subliminally homophobic and maybe a little bit racist, might I say. By a little bit, I mean a lot racist. But I guess that's another story for another time about racism that happened there. But homophobia, I was never really okay with. And I'm still friends with some of my friends back from those schools, from those days. Like my best friend now, who I talk about in my videos sometimes. I actually met her. She wasn't really part of the group that was there. She would like hang out with us every now and then, but because she was in 9th grade at the time and I was in 10th grade, they would split up our lunches sometimes, and we wouldn't really like hang out with her as much as we would like because our schedules would never line up. Now in 12th grade is when we really became close, 11th and 12th grade. And really, really became close and we started being best friends and stuff like that. But, so yeah, I don't know why I'm rambling on about this. But yeah, that's the long gist of what happened and like what I think about religion in class. I think that it should be taught in certain schools, and they shouldn't preach hate against anybody, anything, because that is not what religion is for. Religion is not meant to hate or put anybody down. It's meant to in a sense bring people together. But that's my biggest problem with religion, is that that they use it as an excuse to hate on certain people, on certain groups of people. And that's why sometimes I find it hard to follow any religion, because people hate on people. They use it as an excuse to hate on anybody. And I mean, my family grew up Christian, and so any church that I was brought up in we were taught to love one another, cherish one another, and I still stand by that. Like, you are not here to put anybody down because of a different viewpoint of you. And I'll wholeheartedly stand up to anybody who puts down people because they're different than them. It can be they're racist, homophobic, they don't like somebody with the way they look or whatnot. And I'll be like, yo, that's not right. Like, especially like in these like YouTube comments sometimes. Not even on my videos, like nothing on my videos, but on other people's videos, I'd be like, yo, I gotta block you. Or like on on Instagram, I'll like look at the comments like, I don't know, this is a random person I'm thinking of, Jojo Siwa. And like, this is a random situation. This is not even a true situation, by the way. But like, if I see on Jojo Siwa's post on Instagram and I look in the comment section and I see somebody say a hate or a slur, a hate comment, about like, oh, like why is she like yada 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 gay or whatever, like whatever, I don't know, it's not really real. I'll be like, I'm blocking you, and I don't want to see it, because I know that you are not the person that I want to hang out with, or I don't want you to potentially see my Instagram and follow me. And also just like, I don't want to see it. Like, not even like the fact that they're gonna follow me in the future, because that's like a high chance of happening. Like, it's a low chance of happening, because like, well, there's over 1 billion people in this world, and this one person following me, no thank you, that's never gonna happen. But like, depending on it, like, I just choose to block it out, delete it, whatever happens. And I think that's what people need to do nowadays. Block, ignore, or even stand up and respond. Like, it just depends on the situation. I don't know where I'm getting this from. Okay, let me stop. Let me continue on with the video. You guys probably don't even care.
I just remembered something.
What do you remember?
I don't believe I'd ever forget it, but we were 12, maybe 13. Maybe it wasn't even that long ago. We were at Desiree's house at a sleepover, and Supinder was there. They were both on the couches, and me and Vanessa were on this fluffy blanket leg was touching mine. Her warmth, like, glowed. I wanted more, so I rolled onto my side, facing her, and our hands touched. Mine were really sweaty. I don't remember if hers were. Then I noticed that she was looking at me. So we just were staring at each other. Our faces were so close. We could feel each other's breath. And we just laid there, staring for hours. Our legs interlocked. We just kept staring. And I knew that I wanted. I don't know what I wanted. It was just this perfect moment. I never wanted it to end. And I think I wanted to kiss her. But that didn't make sense. I remember thinking that. Then Desiree got up to go to the bathroom. We pulled apart real fast, like we knew that it was wrong. I don't think that she knew that we were awake because she tiptoed past us, and when she came back, we didn't move. I just stared up at the ceiling. I just wanted to be back. Like how we were. In each other's space. I just wanted to face her again. But I didn't. I didn't even have the courage to look at her. I just wanted to know if she was still awake. My fingertips were like ice cubes. I wanted this so bad. And I just want that moment back. Actually, it was a long time ago. I hate your mom. So what was your perfect moment?
I can't even answer that question. What was my perfect moment? I don't know. I don't think any moment was perfect.
So my dad says that we need to have a talk. And I'm like, okay. I'm wondering if it's going to be about this new woman that he's dating. Angie or Angela or something. But actually, it's not about that at all. No, we're moving.
Oh.
He says it's because of the economy. He promises that I don't need to worry about it. We're not poor or anything. But turns out we can't afford this house anymore, so we're gonna sell it and rent an apartment instead. He keeps saying over and over again that I don't need to worry. But the more that he says that, the more freaked out I get.
That always happens.
Apartment hunting? We've lived here forever. Well, not forever. After I was born, we moved in with Nana and Papa until I was 4. Or 4.5. But after that was when we moved into here. It was in September and it was super hot. I actually remember the day vividly. Come to think of it, I don't actually have any memories of living with Nana and Papa. So I guess the day that we moved in here is my earliest memory. Weird how I actually know what my de facto first memory is. What's your earliest memory?
My earliest memory is pulling a wagon and falling and cracking open my head and then getting stitches. That is my first memory. I pulled a wagon over this tree thing. You know how trees have roots and they sometimes grow out of the ground? I was pulling my friends in this one wagon and I was trying to go over the tree thing, which I don't know why that was a good idea, why I thought that was a good idea. And I cracked open my head so badly that, is it this side or this side? One of these sides. And I have the scar still. I don't remember what side it is. But yeah, I cracked it open and got some stitches. It's a very deep cut. But the school was very, very, I shouldn't say the school. It was a pre-K / daycare center. And they, when it happened, they didn't call my parent right away. They didn't call my mom. And it happened the beginning. I just got there. Everybody was just getting there and they were just playing outside. And they didn't call my mom at all. So when it came time to pick me up, I was there all day with a bleeding, a open wound, and it was bleeding. And I was crying the whole entire day. I remember that. I was crying because it hurt so badly. And my mom got there around 4 or 5. And they didn't call her at all and tell her that this happened. So she comes and she sees that I have this big gaping wound that is opened in my head. And she's like, "What happened?" And then they're like, "Oh, around around the time you dropped her off, this happened, and she had this thing." And she's like, "Why didn't you call me right away? I would have came and took her to the hospital or something, or called an ambulance and took her to the hospital. She obviously needs stitches." And they were just dumbfounded. I remember that, looking at them, looking at the situation and processing what was happening while crying is kind of crazy. But yeah, I remember that. That was my first memory. I don't know why I told you that, but that was my first memory. I'm answering questions she's asking me.
I'm so bored. Summer has been the worst. This is the time that everyone's going out and having fun, and I'm stuck here.
So this video diaries are from
really
season
Claire,
2,
but she's
going
been
into
visiting
season
her family
3.
in Calgary
Okay.
since the end of school.
Because this is summer.
Kenny
they pick
doing
it
that
back
thing in
up in,
Honduras. I don't even know when he gets back.
Fall for season 3.
Normally, I'd be up at the cottage with Vanessa and her family, but that obviously didn't happen. Guess I'm kind of glad, though. It's not like I was thrilled about wearing a bathing suit this summer.
I kind of wonder what Vanessa's perspective is.
I've gotten fat recently.
No, you're not.
I could tell.
You're perfectly fine.
My dad says that it's just me developing, which I guess is true, because none of my old bras fit. But none of my pants do either. I feel really gross when I look in the mirror. It's so noticeable. And now I'm getting really nervous about going back to school and being around Claire. She's so tiny. I know that she's into me, and I guess I just want to know why. Is it because I'm the only available gay girl in school? And Kenny, obviously it's always just been platonic between the two of us. But how come he's never been into me? Not even a little bit. Is it because I'm not skinny and beautiful like Alicia? I've always wondered that.
That was a whole lot of
I
questions.
know I'm not supposed to be thinking like this, but I can't help it. People always like to say that you're beautiful just the way that you are, and real beauty comes from having a good personality and being a good person. But that always seems like BS every time I turn on the TV. It's nothing but skinny, half-naked girls.
That is true.
Even some of my favorite female comedians, who are so smart and so respected, are posing in lingerie on the cover of magazines. Like, how am I supposed to wear a bathing suit after that? I've tried to lose weight too. The other day, I tried out this idea I got off of a website. I'm allowed to drink all the black tea and Diet Pop I want, but I don't eat. It sucked, and I almost made it the whole day. But then my dad got wise and was force-feeding me lasagna at dinner.
Oh, that's a dad for you.
I've tried running more, doing sit-ups in my room. I even thought for like a second that maybe I would try smoking.
Is
I've heard
smoking
that
supposed to
ballerinas
help
do
you?
it to
lose
keep
weight?
thin, but I'm not that stupid or desperate.
I never heard that before. I've never heard that before.
You know,
Smoking helps you lose weight. That's crazy.
sometimes, and I know that this sounds horrible, but I actually wish that I could just be anorexic. At least those girls get to be thin.
I'm sorry, I can't relate to that. I can't relate to that.
Being gay is hard enough. But sometimes just being a girl can be pretty shit too.
That is true. I hate being a girl sometimes and wish I was a boy. A lot of the times.
Do you struggle with insecurities?
I struggle with the fact that I want to be a boy sometimes. Especially when I have really, really bad cramps. I'm like, oh, let me take out my uterus. I'm not even lying. Like, I really am not lying. I tell that to my friends all the time. But sometimes I'm happy to be a girl.
So I never thought I would record one of these outside of my bedroom, but I don't want to wait until I get home.
Did you meet the girlfriend?
Anyways, every time I come here on the weekend, it's always the same girl working. And she always remembers that I order a non-fat, double-shot, extra-hot Tuesday cinnamon chai latte.
Oh.
And when her boss isn't working, she gives it to me for free. Like today.
Is she hitting
She's
on
always
you?
calling me sweetie. And I think she's hitting on me. Which is so weird, right? I mean, like, if I were a guy, then... Does that mean that she knows? Or does that make her...
Hey, sweetie. How are you enjoying your non-fat, double-shot, extra-hot Tuesday cinnamon chai latte?
Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you recording? I mean, do you do a vlog? Hello, internet.
No, it's nothing.
All right. Let you get back to it. See you, sweetie.
Oh. Yeah, she definitely likes you. Or if she does, she's a very, very friendly... If she doesn't, then she's a very, 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 very friendly person. Because I know people like that. They have no interest in you, but they just
Such a
like...
thing as PR. At least I don't have it.
We just act like that with everybody. I feel like...
Do you have gaydar? Does such a thing even exist?
See, I can tell sometimes, and sometimes I can't tell. Unless you, like, literally just, like, spell it out for me. But then again, where I live, you don't really need you don't really need gaydar. Because, like, everybody just, like, talks a bit, like, nonchalantly. Where I live. Specifically. Everywhere. But where I live. Everybody's comfortable.
So, apart everything is surprisingly fun. My dad is hilarious. He can make any situation fun. Okay, so we keep seeing the same spaghetti scoop that we have in all of the kitchens we've seen.
In my little small
And every
community.
time my dad sees it, he freaks out like there's this big conspiracy. He's all, "Do you mean to tell me that these people stole our spaghetti scoop too? Or what kind of neighborhood is this? People stealing spaghetti scoops."
Spaghetti scoops.
We didn't like any of these places. Well, actually, there was one that we liked, but it was further away from school than we would have wanted. We need something close, or else I'd have to switch schools.
Okay, good. So you're staying in the same area.
Thought of
Cool.
switching schools?
I was thinking about like how that would be. How they're gonna navigate that.
It's weird. I hate my school, but the thought of going to another one, forget it. It's not even like I have a ton of friends. Just the idea that I'd have to make all new ones actually freaks me out. Like near panic attack proportions freak out. Well, next we're gonna go check out this small house that's actually kind of close to Kenny's house. It's a beagle. Bungalow. Weird word. Anyways,
Bungalow?
it's kind of smaller than this place, but the rent's not that much more than the apartments we've already looked at, so.
Don't they have like straw ceilings?
fingers
Or
crossed.
straw roofs? And like are somewhere
So
tropical?
what's your funny dad story?
I can't even answer that. But what? Oh wait, so they're changing something. Let's watch this one. Quick.
In 2009, Conlon and I worked together for the first time. It was during that I told him about my next project, about Dad, whose daughter comes out to him. Over the next couple of years, we got to continue working together, with him starring as Nathan in the first 2 seasons of Out with Dad. Recently, Will informed us that he's unable to return for our 3rd season. I'm sure it was a very difficult decision for him to make, but we support him.
Being part of Out with Dad is, even though I'm new at this, I can't imagine anything giving me quite so much pleasure. It's everything you wish your first project and every project after would be.
The show won't be the same without him, but we will carry on. In fact, we've already cast a new Nathan, and I can't wait to introduce you to him soon. Will, on behalf of your Out with Dad family, we say goodbye. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors and all the change that lies ahead of you.
I really wish shows would do this more. Cause like sometimes I'd be questioning myself, like, oh wait, but did he always look like this? Why the like? I really like that. I really respect that they did that. So there's gonna be a new dad. Okay, that's good to know. Is it just for the 3rd season, or like is it just for all future seasons to come? Well, we'll figure that out. Figure that out when the time comes, right? Let's see. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for the rumbling that I did. Like, the random, like, off-topic things that I just, like I said sometimes. But, you know, we're going to keep those in there. We're not going to edit it out. Because, why not? But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this reaction, remember, like, comment, subscribe to so on so you know when I upload next. Any comments, questions, concerns, anything you want me to react to. And any answers to questions I may have asked in this video, please leave it down in the comment section down below. Sorry again for the random off-topic stories that I had during this thing. But, you know, some people will enjoy it, some people won't. Whatever. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. On to, what am I filming next? I'm probably gonna film Ponto, Stupid Wife, behind the scenes, and then I'm gonna probably record Checkmate. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Stay kind, everyone.